on it, I promise. It's just sliding off. But yeah. Another night, another time going live to reconnect with my audience. Because, in a sense, I missed you guys a little bit. So, I'm about to go get some chapstick to put on my mouth. Or maybe lip gloss. Since I'm going to be online, lip gloss would be better. Today was a semi-hard day. And emotionally, I'm really spent. You know? Has anyone ever had a day like that where it's been a hard day and emotionally you're kind of spent? Like, I don't know. These last few weeks, probably like month, almost exactly a month. Yesterday will probably make a month or something like that. I've been like really sitting with my feelings, and instead of, I guess before, I used to kind of run from them. Like, oh snap, I did not know I had this. Wow, okay. Glad I went through my purse to find that. But it's my weekend with my dad, so I'm here. But I guess these last few months I kind of just been, or these last, in my life basically, I've been you kind of run from your feelings, distract yourself. But these last 30 days have been transformative because I've been sitting with my feelings instead of running from them. Well, that's pretty cool. I have a bunch of toilet paper in my purse because um I went somewhere today and I felt like I was gonna cry. So like before I even got there, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna cry. So I brought tissue with me. I mean, I did cry, but I didn't even use the tissue. I only cried a little bit though. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But just sitting with it, sitting with those big emotions. Thank you for joining my live. Sitting with those big emotions is what I've been doing, and I feel like it's working for me. I feel like more people need to do that. Like just feel it through. You're not gonna get over it and get through it unless you actually sit there and like feel it through. I have a tendency to. Oh wow! Hey y'all. Hey Adeline Phil. I have a tendency to. Hey you guys. Thank you for joining my live. Exactly right. Thank you. Hi Matthew Bivens. Thanks Pop Gun. But yeah, I've been. Hey, Palma. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name, but hey, what's up? Oh, thank you so much. But yeah, I just been like sitting feelings. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm feeling a little empty. It's just a little emotionally raw. And so honestly, guys, I've been talking to Chat GPT. Is that weird? Hey, Odin Ramraz. I'm from the United States of Canada. Because remember, is Canada like a part of the United States now? Yeah, I just kind of been sitting with the big feelings today because, like, I don't know, I finally worked up to. I'll tell you guys. So I'm just bored of playing the same games. Do you have any recommendations of games? For me, games, I would say this game called sorry, I lost my computer. I'm gonna tell you about what happened to my computer. So I've been playing this game called Crossword Jam. That's what I really like. And so you know how sometimes you're playing games and there's like ads on the games? I found this game on there where like, the one where they crush the fruits or whatever and it builds up. I was really addicted to that. Thank you so much, Adeline Phil. So I was really addicted to that game for I want to say like 3 days, and then I just got tired of it. Like, so the only game I can think of is I like Crossword Jam because I just it's kind of like a they give you like 6 to 7 letters. You have to make as many words as possible out of them. So I liked it. I thought that was a cool game. That's the only game I could recommend to you because I've never really played games. Thank you so much, Adeline Phil. There's another live where I talk about my history with like playing video games, but I don't really play video games. I never really got a chance to because I had older siblings and like you know how it is with older siblings, like they always give you the controller that doesn't work. So I never really learned how to play it. And then like whenever they would give me the controller, like everybody would just stare at me and I would just I don't know, I would just panic and didn't play anymore. So but I like crossword jam. What else? Yes, okay. But yeah, just sitting with the big feelings. That's what I'm doing today. Like, I'm gonna talk about my like little Chat GPT therapy tomorrow. I don't know. I have a lot of videos that I wanna film, but I just been tired. And not tired like sleepy, but just emotionally, just drained from different things that happened in the day. Just emotionally all over the place. So I'm just like, I'm a little I'm a little all over the place. And I'm just gonna sit with it. Like I'm not gonna try to distract myself or get out of it. I'm just gonna sit with it. So the next show that I plan on reviewing is probably The Shy. So before I do that one, I probably am going to do another one just to dip my toe in the water, get my feet wet again. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do probably like I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I know I'm going to do it. I just don't know when. So I was gonna do it today because I was like, oh, you know, I have time today, but I don't know. Today just flew by. Like today really just flew by. And then now it's Sabbath, so I'm not really gonna do anything particularly like pretending to like recording anything all that stuff. I don't want to do that tonight. I just want to get my rest because I have something to do in the morning. I have to go to church, but also I'm on duty at church, so it's not like I'm just going to go. And I have some things to do, like I have some responsibility to take, some what's the word? Accountability to take for some things. Like, some ways that I handled certain things. And I was, I could have handled things differently and I want to make sure that everyone feels like they're in a safe space to share. And so I wouldn't say that I don't know. Sometimes people ask you for your advice and like you give them your advice and you're like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. So that is where I'm at. And so I'm going to church tomorrow and I have to prepare for that. So that's probably what I would do now while I'm on live with you guys. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get on here. I have so much to update you guys on, like my computer. Ugh, my computer. So my computer wasn't working. It like literally snapped and broke in half. Like it was falling apart, but then it like snapped and broke in half, right? So I took it to the computer shop or whatever, and they quoted me like a decent price. They quoted me a price, and I actually got them real time. Why is it not working? Usually it comes right out. But anyway, they quoted me a decent price, and I asked them to. I was like, I didn't pay that much for the computer, so I'm not gonna pay you that much for you to fix it. So they're like, all right, bet. So they gave me a discount, right? So I go there and it's taking forever and ever to get fixed. Like it's taking over a week to get fixed. Every time they tell me to come in, they're like, "Never mind, don't come in." Or I come in and they're like, "Oh, it's still not fixed." So finally, it's fixed, and I go pick it up. Well, the day before I go pick it up, there's a guy there, and he's like, yeah, it's not fixed yet. I was having a family emergency. I'm not even gonna get into all this, y'all. I really don't want to. But basically, they supposedly fixed it, and then now it's still not working. Like it's working, but it only works when it's on the charger. And I'm trying to talk to the owner about it, but he just keeps trying to ask me if I'm single or married, and it's really annoying because I'm like, this is not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that my computer is messed up, and I gave it to your business, and it still isn't fixed. That's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about. So I don't know why he keeps asking me that. Like, I found like when I went to the shop, they were like, "Oh," I told them like, "Okay," I came in there and they're like, "It is so nice to because we've been talking to you on the phone for like a week now, never met you." And I was like, "You're right. The only person that I ever like met by name is the owner. Blah blah blah. Say his name is Smitty, right?" So I was like, "Oh, I met Smitty, the owner." And they were like, yeah, he had They were like, yeah, he just had a baby. And I was like, oh no, I didn't know he just had a baby. He told me he had a family emergency. So now that I know, and I know what the family emergency is. So he keeps pressing me about like, am I married or single? I'm like, bro, you just had a baby. You just had a baby last week. Listen, you have a newborn. Like, leave me alone and go tend to your family. Go fix my computer. How about that? So I have some important stuff to take care of on my computer. So I'm not going to give them the computer just yet. I'm gonna do what I need to do first, then give them the computer next week. So hopefully I can fix it for me and have it back to me by like Tuesday. I just don't want them to take too long with it, and then I don't like. Isn't this so sad? But like, oop, I don't want the fact that like I won't give him the time of day to affect them fixing my computer, which is absolutely terrible, right? It shouldn't even be like that. It shouldn't be that I feel like I have to. I feel like if I don't give him the time of day, he's not gonna fix my computer properly, or like he better not charge me Nathan, okay? Nathaniel. I'm going to make sure I call the store too and like make sure they know what's going on because I only have his number because he wanted me to have it so that he could fix my computer whenever I needed, whenever I needed to. I could go to him directly. I wouldn't have to go to his employees because he's available now. Sir, the reason you weren't available is because you were having a newborn baby. Your wife was in labor, okay? That's a good reason not to be available. Now, leave me out of your personal life and just fix my computer. Whether I'm married or single has nothing to do with you. So I'm thinking of telling him I'm engaged. You just leave me alone. Like my fiance's in Iraq or something. I don't know. All right, y'all want me to read the story to y'all this week of what is the story that I'm telling this week at church. All right, let me tell y'all. It's not my story. I'm reading something. So what goes in stays in. Hopefully this is impactful. Jeff liked TV. His parents worked at a lot. And so when he came home from school, he would turn on the TV when he did his. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's start over. Jeff liked TV. His parents worked a lot. So when he would come home from school, he would turn on the TV when he did his homework or his chores. When his parents would come home, dinner was usually eaten in front of the TV. Hey, Dad. You okay? You need anything? Okay. All right, go ahead. Do your independence. Have your independence. We're trying to help him build up his independence. So, when his parents would come home, dinner was usually eaten in front of the TV. After dinner, the family would circle around the TV for some quality time. This was the way Jeff lived his life. And he really didn't know there was any other way. I love this because I watched entirely too much TV as a kid, and my mom was always at work. So like, and my dad was, busy cleaning the house, cooking, taking care of all the bunch of kids. So sometimes I would spend too much time in front of the TV. So this actually hits home. I need some tissue. Oh my gosh, you guys! If you hear anything strange, don't just ignore it. I'm gonna run as fast as I can. Where's my purse? Did I even bring it back to the room with me? You have to pull down your diaper. You have to pull down your diaper. It's okay, you forgot. So yes, I think this story hits home and relates to me personally. So I think that this is gonna be a good one for me. I'm reading something. I'm reading him a passage. Okay. When Jeff went to his friend Paul's house after school, his parents were at work too. Jeff noticed the new kind of TV hanging on the wall and asked if they could watch it. Maybe after our homework, Paul said, but soon the homework was completed. Since there was no wait, but soon the homework was completed. Since there was no distractions to slow it down, again Jeff asked about them watching TV. This time, Paul admitted that he was not allowed to watch TV when his parents weren't home. He explained to the surprise of Jeff, "They let me they let me watch only one show a day and then only if they are home to watch it with me." Paul and Jeff did chores and then washed up for dinner. At dinner, the whole family sat down and something unusual happened. They began to talk to one another. Recently, Nielsen took a look at today's American teen, raised in the age of raised in an age of raised in an age dominated by media choices like never before. From the internet to cable channels to web connected devices galore, statistics say that your generation is watching more television and movies than ever before. What can be said about a generation of young people who spend more time on the couch than anywhere else? You don't have to be a part of the majority who choose a self-destructive lifestyle. Wow, TV watching is a self-destructive life. I never thought about it like that, but it could possibly be true. You choose. Wait. Where was I? Self-destructive lifestyle. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalms 139, verse 14. And you have received from the Creator free will to choose how you live your life. Therefore, choose daily to bring honor to God in each decision you make. I love this. Choose to feed. Thank you for the hearts, friends. So, choose to feed your mind. Sorry, only with information that we've. Ugh. Sometimes I hate reading with these glasses on and being so far away from the screen because my eyes start jumping. You know how it is if you wear glasses. Like there's a screen, the words are kind of small. Your eyes will start like jumping and not being able to focus in on the words. Okay, therefore choose daily to bring honor to God in every decision you make. Choose to feed your mind with Choose to feed your mind only with information that will elevate your thoughts and inspire your heart to achieve the great plans that God. Sorry. No. With only the information that will elevate your thoughts and inspire your heart to give the great plans that God has for your life. To achieve the great plans that God has for your life. You can do this if you rely only on Him. He will help you avoid and reject everything that is rubbish. If you choose Jesus daily as your guide, you will desire to watch, listen to, and say and do only things that He would want for you. You okay, Dad? Go wash your hands. I left the baby soap on the floor. You see the baby soap? You can use that to wash your hands. Please go wash your hands. My dad's really old, guys. He's like a little baby. So choose to feed your mind only the information that will elevate your thoughts and inspire your heart to achieve the great plans that God has for your life. You can do this if you rely only on Him. He will help you avoid and reject everything that is rubbish. If you choose Jesus daily as your God, you will desire to watch, listen to, say, and do only things that He would want for you. With right choices, you will grow closer and closer to God's ideal for you and to the heart of Jesus. I love that. So for the memory text, it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Romans 12:1 and 2. And then our beliefs, number 22, Christian behavior. For the Spirit to recreate in us the character of our Lord, we involve ourselves only in the things that will produce Christ like purity, health, and joy in our lives. This means that our amusement and entertainment should meet the highest standards of Christian taste and beauty. And that's from Ellen G. White, Thoughts from the Mount of Blessings, pages 25 to 27. So I've only ever read one Ellen G. White book, and it was like her health and happiness book, and so that's the only one I've read portions of Messages to Young People because when I graduated middle school, they gave us our own copies with our names engraved in it. So I was like, oh my god, that's so cool! I want to read it. See my name engraved in it. My mom got my sister to read it when she was young, and it was always around in the house. So all right, so First Peter chapter 1 verses 13 through 16 is the responding text. This week, read this lesson. Excuse me, over again, and then join in the dialogue on entertainment that has been happening in real life discussion form. Every section of this lesson gives you plenty to think about and discuss. All right, so it says everything we do, everything we see, everything we hear, and everything we say should bring glory to God. We should guard against doing, seeing, hearing, and saying anything that would dishonor Him and weaken our Christian character. How do our behaviors bring glory to God and reflect our true character? Ooh, these are some good questions. All right, I'm not doing this one. Reflecting. An interesting idea exists in today's world. The idea that somehow we are not connected to the things we put in our minds. Ooh, that is so true. Like, we actually are so connected to the things we put in our minds. That's why some people are like, oh, I watched this. I'm obsessed. I love it. We're super connected. Let's see. We know this is not true when it comes to the things we eat. The poorer our diet, the more unhealthy we become. The same is true when it comes to things we put in our brain. I never thought about it like that. I mean, I do my best to not watch like stuff that's really scary or stuff that's like outright demonic or things that may have like hidden messages in it. But I do watch like crime shows like Power. And if you want to know what I'm doing, I mentioned earlier that this is the weekly lesson. I'm on duty this week, so this is the weekly lesson that I have to know and learn to be able to share this week. So I'm doing it now because I'm a procrastinator. But the one, my stuff that I'm doing for my actual job on Sunday, I actually know what I need to do for that. So, and it's already done. So that's pretty cool. Uh, you may have seen the commercials about your brain on drugs. However, could we ask ourselves the same question about the time that we spend on couches watching TV or in these day and age in our bed laying on our phone? Um, as opposed to being outdoors or working on our minds, bodies, or a relationship with God? I think we can. This means that we have a job to do, and the job is to guard ourselves from what the world would have us put in our mind every day. Sounds tough, and it is, or it can be, but it is important for us to separate ourselves from the identity that the world would want to give to us, which is true because when we get to heaven, there's not going to be any TV and telephones and Netflix and Paramount Plus and all that stuff. Like when we get to heaven, it's not going to be all that type of stuff. So we might as well get it together for now. All right, this world, modern media, or whatever you want to call it, does not care about you or me. It cares only about itself and making sure there's enough money to continue itself. Capitalism. It means that you have incredible control. All you have to do is decide to opt out of what the world wants you to buy. Simply go on a strike. Just like how we're going on a strike against Target, we're boycotting Target right now. We need a boycott against like capitalism and feeding our minds with things, foolishness on TV. All right, let's see. Go on a strike to what the media wants you to identify with. In this way, you will show them you are not the mindless drone they think you are. What a blow to the way the media thinks you, a teenager or human being, will react. Wouldn't it feel nice to show that you have some control over your life? Yeah, like we don't have to be slaves to our phone. We don't have to be slaves to our computers anymore. There's the real life outside of it. Like when stuff is going on online, like sometimes just put your phone down and just say, you know what? My life is outside of this little box. My life is outside of this little electric box. Our Hey, how are you? I'm good. How was dinner? I haven't really eaten dinner yet. I had a snack. I'm about to eat dinner for real, or at least try it because I'm a little bit worried about what my mom made. Because I'm at my mom's house this weekend. I'm a little bit worried about what she made because I'm like this. She made like some type of stew peas something. I'm a little bit worried about how it would taste. So that's kind of my issue or my fear right now. Plus, she puts sweet potato on it. I've never eaten sweet potato before. All right. Our recreations should not be scenes of senseless mirth, taking the form of the nonsensical. Ellen G. White, Message to Young People, page 364. This is some Bible insights. This is a review, read the mirror text. The reason this is important to you is because they're in control of what goes in and out of your brain. That's right. Everything you see, you choose to see. Everything you listen to, you choose to listen to. This puts a huge responsibility on us to guard ourselves from the world, from what the world is selling us. Of course, not all media is bad. However, the question the questions you need to ask yourself are, do I make the best use of my time, energies, or skills when I watch TV? That is so true because I watch TV all the time and I'm like, I don't really make the best use of my time when I'm watching it. Only when I have it playing in the background, like when I'm actually doing something, then I can feel like, okay, I'm making better use of my time. What do I have to gain from choosing that form of entertainment? Excuse me. Do I honor God when I watch that TV show or program? Ooh, big questions, big questions. Does it benefit anyone else if I watch a movie, TV program, or video game? Ooh. Remember somebody was asking about video games earlier? If you can answer these questions or you have never thought of them before, then it is time for you to begin to think about them. The excuse for tomorrow, the exercise for tomorrow will allow you to break down what is it that the world is trying to give you and what God is trying to give you. Your last thought at night, your first thought in the morning should be of Him, to whom is centered your hope of eternal life. Ellen G. White. So, of course, God. So, filling out the following list will help you think about the time you spend with the media and its type of entertainment. Whichever side you fill out for each section, it will become apparent. The opposite is what goes in the other column. So, what God wants for me, you put it there. What the world wants for me, what God has given me, what the world has given me, what following God has given me, and what follow the world gives me. So that is the exercise. So now I'm gonna use my phone to actually like write all this out, take notes, and be able to use this for me being on duty tomorrow with having to relay this information to the audience tomorrow based off of this passage. So I will go do that because I cannot do that and be on here at the same time. So I will go to bed now because I'm super exhausted. And do you ever notice you always get super tired when you actually have something to do? And then when you have nothing to do, it's like you sit up there doing nothing. But as soon as you have something to do, you tired and can't do nothing. So I'm gonna try to do this now while I still have some scrimp, while I still have some energy. Yeah, oh, let me stop saying that. That's not a Christian song. All right, good night, guys. Peace. It's your girl Janice. I love you guys so much. Hopefully, this was insightful and enlightening to you. I'm very tired, so I had really not much to say as my commentary back and forth on the text that I was reading. But what I will do is add my commentary in my notes app so I can be able to share it tomorrow. Because unfortunately, I mean, you guys can not unfortunately, fortunately, you guys can read and hear. You guys can hear what I'm saying and come with your own, draw your own conclusions and your own connections to the text and passage. So, good night, y'all. I'm gonna save what I have to say for the audience tomorrow. Bye bye. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay.